The price of Bitcoin is at a very important level right now. We've touched this a million times. Trader Gareth Salavey talks about what he thinks will happen next. At this turning point, Bitcoin is still having a hard time. Again, I've been calling this turning point a big level for months now. Again, we can see how it went up, hit it, pulled back, broke above it, and now it's back down to that level. As long as the number of 60,000 stays the same, Bitcoin could go up to 68. If it breaks and is confirmed, 52,000 or even 49,000 could be in play. What should we look at about Bitcoin to figure out what to do next? Well, we know that BlackRock, one of the biggest institutional Bitcoin holders, sold their ETF yesterday, while more than $1 billion worth of Bitcoin was moved in a single day. By the end, there were net amounts of minus 228 Bitcoin, which is about $14 million. In the big picture, it's not that much. As for today, it's too early to say what time it is yet, but the trade day is still going on. $19 million worth of trades happened before the market opened, with 37% of that being active buy orders and 28% being active sell orders. In the big picture, there isn't that much buying or selling going on. It's a waiting game at this very important level. When you step back and look at the basics though, this is nothing new. It's scary and new in this market, but the 4-year patterns haven't changed. We should be right here. And the real Bitcoin bull market starts on November 28th, 2024, 2 months from now. Yet again, quantity and demand have an effect on price. The supply side plan for Bitcoin is one of the few things we know about that can be invested in. It is built right into the core to split things in half. And at the same time in previous rounds, let's move it up a month. Getting Bitcoin now will be the same as getting it right here, or like right here in about a month. If you're not sure where we are, zoom out. And that's exactly why I'm short right now, along with a few technical signs I'll show you. A lot of you use Mardex, I know that. I feel a little down, but I'm going to close it. Now I understand what you mean. Austin, what do you see on the day chart? What are your thoughts? For me, you need to work with shorter time frames. Let's check the time. And this is how the price of Bitcoin has changed in those same lines of resistance and support. But what we'll notice is that every time Bitcoin tried to break down, the price went down and less was added. And less weaker amount each time, which showed that the bears were losing strength. I'm going to wait because I know no one else can see the future. Reevaluate, click on the link below. Check out Margex if you want to follow along. And I do need to respond to this and say something about it. This was sent to me by many of you. This is what Mark Cuban said about meme coins on an episode of Rug Radio with Farouk. Do you know how meme coins work? You talk about them, it's just fun. That's just having fun, right? Right on. It's still a rug pull though. It's true that every meme pull is a rug pull in the works. Because it's just for fun, there's no real reason for it to stay. You can see that when the token's value goes up because more people came in, it's like musical chairs. I mean, coins are all just a game of musical chairs. Yes. I mean, a lot like, it's kind of like musical chairs when it comes to investments. Some people get in before me and then someone else gets in after me. There is no doubt. There is no doubt, right? But when it comes to crypto, it's like put his name on it, spread the word, and explain why it's going to be crazy. Mark is completely correct when he says that meme coins are hot potatoes, especially if you listen to the whole show. It's true. I believe that you shouldn't be the last person to sell. I think that every single meme coin is a rug pull in the works, because that makes me think of bad behavior on the part of the team, which I don't always think is the case. Meme coins are like characters for the chain, in my opinion. If base does well in a bull market, I think the mascots or top meme coins will do better. But if base does poorly in a bear market, I think the mascots or meme coins will do worse. As a general rule, don't be the last person to sell. Also, bad news for XRP, the SEC is appealing the federal court's decision on Ripple. This means that the SEC is still trying to classify XRP as a security. Or I guess they just filed a notice of appeal, which means they have until October 7th to make an official decision on the appeal. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, said that Gensler and the SEC would have moved on from this case a long time ago if they were smart. It hasn't helped investors at all. In fact, it's hurt the SEC's credibility and image. Let's be clear, we'll fight in court for as long as we need to. The law says that XRP is not a security right now. And that doesn't change, not even with this stupid and annoying plea. The court case between Ripple and XRP is still going on. We'll know for sure after October 7th. What's new with Ethereum? And actually, Ethereum's L2 community is doing very well. Really crazy. Ethereum has already made 9 chains that have made a profit. In a year, they made more than $140 million. Every chain is a business. Ethereum is a network of companies that work together, and ETH is their currency. Bullish ETH, bullish Ethereum. This is the new land of chance. This means that even though Ethereum isn't getting as much value capture as some L2s, those L2s are still getting more valuable. These L2s and the dApps that are likely to be built on top of them will be around for a very long time. This is because each chain is like an economy. We did have Ryan and David on the Bankless podcast. This show comes out this Saturday and they talked about some of this. This is the roadmap for rollups. This is what was planned. The idea is that if you break down Ethereum's business model of execution fees being burned by IBITCOIN 1559 and give it to a group of layer 2s that don't need approval, all of these layer 2s become very profitable very quickly. You can make a lot of money by reselling the most expensive block space in the world, Ethereum layer 1, as your layer 2 and keeping the difference. At this point, this is the most stable, repeatable, and scalable crypto business plan that has ever been seen. Also, what do you get when you mix all of those traits? You just get a bunch of layer 2s blooming. These are the places where ETH is turned into money. This is because the Ethereum monetary network, the Ethereum property rights network, has this internet of chains that all connect back to Ethereum. And the point here is that at the end of the day, the fees and the fact that Ether is deflationary are still fair, but that doesn't solve any of your problems. That's what I said. Actually, every single chain is on this roadmap. Bitcoin is on the plan for rollups. Solana is on the plan for rollups. Celestia is on the plan for rollups. The only one who is on the rollup centric plan and knows what it is Celestia, so props to them. But Bitcoin and Solana are on the rollup centric plan, even though they don't want to be there and think they're on some